All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Painesville Township Zoning Commission meeting, Monday, October 12th at 6:30 p.m. Well, as tricky as it is with us on this call like that, we'll just try a quick Pledge of Allegiance to get us started here. Ready? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great, thank you. Now we'll do roll call.
Okay. Amy,
Here.
real quick, do you want me to do first and last name or just first name or?
First name's fine.
Okay. Okay, Amy.
Here.
Daryl.
Here.
John.
Here.
Bailey.
Here.
And Ted, which will be joining us later.
Okay. Very good. Before we get into this evening's activities, we'll see if is there any general commentary for anyone who's here with us this evening that doesn't pertain to the public hearing that we have coming up or the site plan review. No? All right. And we'll call the regular meeting to order. We'd like to do an acknowledgement of the minutes from September 14th, 2020.
If nobody has anything, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion. Bailey and Daryl second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Daryl.
Yes.
Okay, John.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Amy.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Rich, are we good to open the public hearing even though we're still waiting for Ted?
Well, you know what, theoretically, when we have a site plan review and we've got our two persons representing the applicant on board already, it would be appropriate, if you desire, to call for a motion to alter the agenda to move the site plan review ahead of the public hearing for the text amendment.
This is Daryl. I'd so move.
Second.
Bailey second. Thank you. So then we will go right back into the site plan review.
Well, you have to take the vote, Amy.
Oh, sorry, the vote.
Okay. Okay. Bailey.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Amy.
Yes.
Daryl.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, then we'll take a look at the site plan review. Applicant Best Truck Equipment filed the site plan review application for property located at 300 Temple Avenue. The request is to add 3,000 square foot addition to the southern portion of a pre-existing 13,648 square feet building. Rich, would you like to lead us off on this with your report?
Actually, Harley wrote this site plan review up, so I'm going to lean on Harley to fill us in on this application from the zoning staff standpoint.
Very good.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I have two small children right beside me, so bear with me, please. One's playing Dora the Explorer in the background. So Carlo is, I don't know if Carlo's already purchased the building or not, but Carlo is moving his current business that's located in Willoughby to Temple Avenue, and in order to conduct the business that he wants on the site, he needs to move forward with an addition. And from my understanding, in order to get his loan approval to move forward, he needs his site plan review approval to set his plan in motion, which is why this went through so quickly, because they're on a time schedule with their bank. So that's why it went through sort of last minute the way that it did. Based on the renderings, it seems like a fairly small addition to a pre-existing large building. From zoning standpoint, I don't see any potential issues with what is being proposed. I think if anything, it'll just add value to the area. Does anyone have any specific questions about the proposal that zoning could answer for the commission?
I'm not seeing somewhere here. Looking for a page that shows the trees and bushes and stuff, where he's going to put them in. I notice there are trees that are going to be missing in order to get parking and stuff, and I understand that. Are we requiring any shrubbery in front of the new section?
I believe, and Carlo and David are probably best equipped to answer this.
Okay.
I never did print out a copy of this site plan review, but I did take a look at things online. I believe in the drawing package, there was a sheet in that package that dealt with the landscape plan and indicated, if I remember correctly, there will be some new trees or shrubs going into the landscape strip between next to the right of way.
I found it.
This is David Mason.
Just had to find the right page.
It's the second sheet, yeah, A1.0, and actually, we didn't take out any landscaping for the parking that is shown. That's all existing parking. We actually removed a little bit of the parking, but what we're showing as parking today or on our proposal is parking that exists today. So we just added that line of arborvitae shrubs between our parking area and Temple Avenue.
No problem. I saw an earlier one that showed some trees. I kind of figured they probably weren't there. I was up that way yesterday.
Is this currently the building that is empty there?
That is correct.
I had some difficulty locating which building it was because none of the properties are very well marked for addresses. And I did not have a drawing at the time, so.
Yeah.
It would be at the west end of Temple.
Okay, I think I'm thinking of the right property then.
Well, the old Godwin pump company was there.
Okay. And I think landscaping would be very good. It might set a precedent for the other businesses in the area.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to get overboard with it, but at the same time, something would be nice.
Yes.
Are you I'm trying to see here. Turn this thing around.
I am John Hart.
None of this fronts out onto 44 North, does it?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. In other words, there's a property between you and there.
No.
Oh.
This is a corner lot.
That is correct.
There's no entrance or egress onto 44.
No, I knew that.
Right.
I was just wondering if the property line aligned with the right-of-way line with 44.
Yes.
On the west side.
Yes.
Okay. Because I found in my paperwork another that we did on one of the corners back about 2-3 years ago.
Okay, and you could pretty well see by Harley's staff report on this that this building was originally built in 1979. Our industrial zoning is exempt from the design standards in section 34. It is subject to the landscape standards, but like so many properties that were originally developed before we had these landscape standards in place, for a small addition, and we've been through this, guys, right?
Yeah.
For a small addition to an existing building that's been on the property for a long time, we have been reluctant to impose all the details of our current landscaping requirements on a business. If it was being built on vacant property from the ground up, we would expect something closer to what we require right now.
Yeah.
But under the circumstances, the landscaping will be an improvement over what has been there for years. There was a question about the parking, and I was picking up numbers that didn't look right. And in working with David and Carlo, I was able to see that they were only addressing the parking increase that would be necessitated by the addition. And they had not given us total numbers. The totals are what they should be. This will be a compliant parking situation. So technically, there's nothing really complicated about this site plan, and Harley recommended an approval as submitted. I personally see no reason not to approve this as submitted, and therewith ends my conversation.
Okay. Now you've answered my questions quite well.
Okay, good. Hey, this is Ted.
Hello, Ted.
Chairman's here.
Great.
Okay. Question for you, Richard. Are they going to do the new addition? Is it going to be architecturally, color-wise, going to be the same as the new one, the existing one, or are they going to change some coloring altogether?
It will be of the same tone, yes. It'll be fresher though, a little bit fresher. We have all intention on eventually beautifying the balance of the building.
Okay, so what you're going to do is this building, the proposed 3,000 feet will be whatever color that you and Richard agree to, and then eventually down the road you will take the existing building and kind of make it similar, correct?
Well, it will be similar, other than the old building's pretty faded. Of course, we will beautify accordingly, for sure. For sure. Okay. Right now, the tones will be a similar tone.
Okay, well, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions of the applicant?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Then, if nobody has any questions, we even have I'll entertain a motion for approval of the site plan of 20 SPR 02.
I'll make a motion that we approve the site plan review as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, I made a motion. John made a motion, and Amy seconded. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Okay, John?
Yes.
Bailey?
Yes.
Daryl?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, folks, thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing Best Truck in Painesville Township. Thank you.
As well. Thank you. Thank you,
board. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Now, if I go next, I assume did we do the public hearing already?
No.
Oh, are we doing that now then?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Amy. Okay, so I just got back from a football game, so I don't have to go that far. Okay. So I will open the public. That's okay. I will open up the public hearing then for case 20 ZC05, proposed text amendment to section 12 and 22 To add indoor climate controlled self-storage facility in a B1 zoning district as a conditional use, and as in table of uses contained in section 2202E, and added new subsections 1202U, 1205U for indoor climate controlled self-storage facility, and relettered thereafter. We received a letter. I think all of you folks got the letter from the Planning Commission. And Richard, if you want to start with anybody pro for the amendment, you can speak now. Richard, you're up.
Oh, okay, here I am. Okay, in response to the Planning Commission, I think I sent you guys all a copy of my proposed response to the Planning Commission, and that was to be supportive to their recommendations. And so I added in section 12.05U 2 more requirements, one being any building must conform to the standards as provided in sections 34 and 39. The Planning Commission missed the fact that these facilities would be in a zoning district that is part of our main commercial corridor design district. So that makes it possibly subject to section 39 in addition to 34. And the second thing, where's my second page? It disappeared on me. Oh, there it is. Any signage must conform to standards as provided in section 8. I think section 28 with our signs adequately describes what kind of signage should be allowed in any of our zoning districts, to which that section 28's requirements apply. And then with regard to the parking, my suggestion was to add to section 29 the table of uses and parking requirements. That would be section 29.04, a line item called, the category is indoor climate controlled self-storage facilities. And the requirement I seek to impose is to require 1 space per 45 storage units. And I know somebody's going to ask me where I came up with that number. And to be real honest with you, I came up that number to make sure that the self-storage facility that's already been approved for 1980 Menor Avenue was going to be in compliance. So. Okay, that's it.
Relative to that parking, how does that work normally? Is there a place where everybody unloads and takes up? Is there an elevator there, or how does that work?
Yes, there are 2 loading, unloading spaces, one at each end of the building, nothing in the center, but at the 2 ends of the building. Those comply with our loading, unloading space requirements. They're at least 12 feet wide. And there are elevators inside the building. It's going to be a 3-story self-storage facility, all indoor. There are already conditions on that they're not going to have any outdoor storage, so it's going to be pretty good. But the reason we are doing this text amendment is originally I had a conversation. This was all done as a similar use request with a conditional use follow-up. And in discussion with the County Planning Commission, they felt uncomfortable with that particular way of handling this situation and felt that it was best to actually make this a permitted use in the zoning district where it's going. So that's why this text amendment came up in the first place.
Was the fire department, did they have ample time to discuss this and make a recommendation one way or the other, or changes?
Right. Yes. They were shown plans and asked to comment way back in this process, long time ago.
Okay.
I'm not hearing anything. Everybody's still there?
Yeah. I have
Is
a
the
question.
property, it's,
Ted, Sean, give Ted instructions for unmuting himself.
the,
Nope. There he's
I'm
gone.
okay now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, folks.
No problem.
I'm just a little, okay. So did we receive any negative, comments from this via, email or via, whatever, comments from the public on this?
I have not received anything.
Rachel, do you receive anything at all?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we have no negative against this text amendment. Do I have any other questions from the commission to the staff?
I've got
on
one,
this?
just a procedural thing.
Go
The
ahead.
items you added, Rich, those weren't there to begin with, right?
Correct.
So how do we handle those? Because I think they're good to put in.
Well, typically what we have done in similar situations where we have added things as a result of commentary provided by the Planning Commission, we would make our motion at this point in time to approve as modified. The other two choices are to continue the public hearing or to reject the proposed changes.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
oh, go ahead, Ted.
I'm thinking that in the past we've done that. Where we had a public hearing and we added or subtracted some things due to what came out of the public hearing, and then we would take care of that as a modified after approved as modified, and then we go from there. I think it's how we do that.
Well, if you need a motion to approve with modifications, I'll make it.
Well, we can't yet. We got to close the public hearing, and then we have that down at
Okay.
number 8.
In other words, you just have to close the meeting. That's what I wanted to find out.
Yeah, we got to close. We have to
Okay.
close it first, and then we modify it later.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it's been a while since we did one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I'll have we have a motion either to continue the public hearing or close the public hearing.
I'll move to close.
Okay, I have a motion to close the public hearing by Daryl.
second,
Second
John.
motion.
Is that good?
John, you second it?
Yes.
Okay, I got a motion to close the public hearing. No, any discussion? Hearing none. Rachel, roll call, please.
Okay, Bailey,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes. Okay, public hearing 20ZC05 is closed. Next thing is new business, 20ZC09. The sections 22, 12, and 25 to reassign certain automotive uses. I'm ready for the staff report.
Okay, this basically comes out of the trustees' desires to kind of take the heavier automotive uses back out of the commercial zoning district and push them toward the light industrial, which would also allow them in heavy industrial zoning district. And right at the moment, we don't happen to allow anywhere in any of our zoning districts a used car dealership to open up. And the trustees have had second thoughts about that. And it's almost like the case with adult-oriented businesses. We have to have a place for them somewhere in the township. And in order to make a place for used car dealerships, we believe we would like to open up our light industrial zoning district for that. So in order to do that, we're moving some things. We're renaming some of the categories of the uses in our commercial zoning district to eliminate any confusion between the lighter automotive uses and the heavier automotive uses. And then we're basically taking those heavier uses and moving them into the light industrial zoning district. Now it's important to note, since this is going to involve changes to section 12 and 25, and actually 22, please notice that the zoning case that we just closed has changes to sections 12 and 22. So in one of our other cases that we have continued to discuss further tonight is also recommending some changes to section 25. So there's some crossover, and we want to make sure that we're recognizing what cases are influencing what sections so that we keep them tracked reasonably close to each other, to make it easier to administratively handle all these text changes. Okay?
Okay. All right. Okay. Anybody have any questions for Richard or the staff? Okay. Do we want to? I know. We just got this draft. What, about 10 days ago, Richard?
That's about right.
Did everybody adequately have a chance to read it and kind of go over it, or do you think we need more time to look this over? Because if I'm correct, and Daryl, correct me if I'm wrong, if we have no objections to what we're seeing tonight as draft number 1, we would go to a public hearing then, correct, for the next meeting?
Yes, you could.
So do we want more time to ponder this, or do you feel you have enough information to go to a public hearing, folks?
My thought is we should probably wait till next meeting. I've looked it over. I haven't, honestly, I spent more of my time on the other cases that are there. So I would prefer to just table it until next meeting.
Just a reminder to the commission, you can always propose changes at the public hearing as well, but it would be, sorry, sorry. The trustees would like to see this put into effect as soon as possible, and so zoning staff, Rich could also add to this. I feel we would probably feel more comfortable with moving forward to the public hearing, the commission gathering their thoughts from now to the public hearing, and if any changes need to be made, we can discuss that at the public hearing.
Yeah. If you need a motion to go to public hearing, I'll make it.
One more thing. Hey, Daryl, can you hold off that thought for a minute?
Sure.
Richard and Harley, are we looking at really ultimately what the trustees and you folks want us to do would be these cases 09, 06, 08, and 07, pretty much run these almost have a public hearing the same day, same meeting. Am I correct? Or they're all interrelated?
I would love that. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying because if you talk about it, what you just said, Daryl. I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry. What you just said, Richard, is that some of the stuff that this case is doing is interrelated to the other cases we're having later tonight.
Right. And
So,
they even relate to the case that we just closed. You know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a question for the law director. My question to you is this: can we hold off on whether we want to do a public hearing or not on this case, and after we go through the old business items, and see if we're ready to go? See if we're ready to go to a public hearing on all four of them for next meeting. I'm just saying, can we do that, or do we have to make a decision right now whether to make the new business item public hearing or continue it?
I don't see why you couldn't table it for now, deal with the old business, and then come back and make a decision. And if needed, maybe make a motion to amend. I mean, I don't even think you need a motion to amend the agenda. Just table it for now, move on to the old business, and then come back and see what you guys want to do with it.
Yeah, because if we're comfortable with the old business items going to public hearing, yes, then I think it'd be wise, and I think staff, everyone would like to go to a public hearing for the new business. But I'm not sure where we're at with the old business items, and if the commission members are okay with that, would you mind if we did that until we got finished with agenda item number 8, or not?
No, I don't have a problem. If you want me to withdraw the motion, I'll withdraw it.
Yeah, please. Okay, so do we have to make a motion to amend to continue this new business item, or we just like
to table until later in the meeting? I think that's all you need to do.
Yes.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, but can't the chairman make that decision to move it?
Yeah, I mean, he's running the meeting. It's not really
so I mean, you really don't need a motion. We're just going to pick it up at the end when we get rid of the other.
Yeah. Okay, then if no other commission members object, I want to table this new case until we get through the old business, and then we'll come back to it.
No problem with me.
I hear no objections, and what we'll do is we'll table business item number 7 and go to business item number 8. First case is 20 ZC06. I assume, Richard, that when we had the talk, we tabled it last and continued it from last meeting. I read the meeting notes from last week. You folks did some redrafts. Has everybody looked at the redrafts of this case?
There was only one slight change, I believe, and that was to add the word maintenance for their equipment in 25.01K.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
That was to just further describe the use as including the maintenance of their equipment on premises.
All right. Then is the commission members have any other questions of this case to Richard or Harley?
Nope.
No.
Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion either to continue or to make a motion for public hearing. Move it to a public hearing at the next meeting in November.
I'll make a motion to move to public hearing.
Second.
Okay, Bailey. Okay, Bailey made the motion to go to public hearing, and Daryl seconded. Any discussion on the motion? If not, roll call, please, Rachel.
Okay, Amy,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes. Okay. Great. Case ZC08, section 6 and 6.13. This is Harley's one for the corner site distance and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, Harley, do you make some adjustments or revisions from the last meeting?
I did not change it at all, no, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so is everybody comfortable with the way staff has presented 6.13? Hearing no objections, then I would recommend entertain a motion for recommending public hearing for this case for the November meeting.
I'll make a motion to move to public hearing.
Okay, Bailey made a motion. Amy seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Okay, John,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes. Okay. Case 20 ZC07. It's the sign section rewrite. We got a draft from Richard. Richard, did you make any changes on this sign section since last meeting?
No.
Okay. Have commission members have any questions for Richard regarding the draft number 1 of the signing section 28?
Richard, I reviewed this. I have a bunch of questions. I don't know if it makes more sense to ask them now, or if it'd make more sense if I just put them in an email or something and send them to you, and we can answer them at the next meeting.
Well, let's try going through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you say a bunch, how many?
I didn't count them. I just have a bunch of notes here. So I'll start, and if
Okay.
it's taking too long, you can just tell me to stop. How's that?
Okay.
All right. So I'm looking to start at 2807L, the comment about snipe signs. I see the definition for a snipe sign, and I don't see this in the old version of section 28. Is there something that led to saying that they're prohibited?
There is prior language that those signs would be prohibited. We just never use the word snipe sign, but
Okay.
because it's becoming more commonly used by jurisdictions in their zoning codes, I decided to include a definition for a snipe sign.
Okay. All right. Just curious. I'm just asking some questions here.
But these types of signs were already strictly prohibited and are in our existing section 28.
Okay.
Excuse me, Bailey.
Yeah.
Hold it, Bailey. Were you talking about section 2807?
No, I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry. Yes, 2807. It looks like now that I'm looking at it, there's 2 sections in a row labeled 2807. So I think that's just a typo.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
the first section 2807.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had a question on the next section of 2807. Go ahead, Bailey. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
So now I'm moving on to the next one. Just a typo. 2807B2. Political signs is spelled wrong.
That's easily fixed.
Yeah, I know. Just wanted to point it out.
No, that's good. That's good.
Then section 4, employment signs. I see that there's a limit for up to 10 days about a temporary sign informing an opportunity for employment. I believe that was also in the old one. I was just, is the intent of that just so they don't leave a sign up forever?
Right.
Okay.
We don't really have a mechanism for counting the days, to be honest with you.
That's okay. I just figured that was the purpose of it. I just wanted to validate. Continue on section 28, signs requiring 2808, signs requiring a permit. I noticed that the ones that are in the old section 28 have definitions listed, and the ones that are not do not have any definitions listed. So I don't know if we want to go back to the definitions section and actually create a definition for those. So for instance, construction signs, there's no definition for it, but like subdivision signs there is, and on-premise signs there is, but then gateway signs there is not.
Well, we could do that.
I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not. I was just looking at kind of consistency through the document. Some of them have them and some of them don't. Some of them don't.
This is John. I'm going to step away from the computer for a moment to see why I have fire trucks and ambulances in front of the house, but I'll see. I'll be back in one moment.
Okay.
Okay, John.
So, Richard, as I go through, I'll just say which ones I notice do not have a definition, and if we want to add one, we can. If we don't want to, we can talk through that. But I'll just point them out as we go, just so we have it noted. So gateway signs does not have a definition. That's section D. Section E, all of them except number 4, monument style sign. I think it's a new one, doesn't have a definition. Number 5, grand opening special event signs does not have one. I think some of them are pretty self-explanatory, but just as a consistency.
But we haven't had definitions for any of those signs, even in our current code.
Yeah, I noticed some of them do, and most of the ones that are in the current code, I noticed have definitions, and most of the ones that are added, I noticed don't. So I just didn't know if it was something that was overlooked or not. If not, I don't. Either way, most of them are self-explanatory. It doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to point it out.
Okay.
So the question is the on-premise signs. Section E, I'm sorry, it's 2808E5 on the grand opening special event signs. Is this, just a question, is this something we've always required a permit for, or is this new?
No, we have been requiring a permit for these for I'm pretty sure at least the last 8 years.
Okay. Yep, I see it on there. I just missed it the first time. Section F, number 7, it looks like A, B, and C are all just copied and pasted. I think if you look at the old one, there was original A, B, and C, and the verbiage didn't get copied over.
Pardon me?
Sorry, 2808, section F, number 7.
2808. Okay, let me.
And as a note, some of these are out of order. I think you rearranged some of them and the numbers didn't go. So I'm looking at the signs requiring a permit section.
Wait a minute, 2807.
Rich, I think as a note, the numbering got switched around. I see that you switched some of the sections around.
Oh,
So
the numbering got messed
yeah,
up big time.
yeah. So signs requiring a permit is the section I'm on right now.
Signs requiring a permit.
Yeah.
Now what subsection? Oh, on-premise
F.
signs or
Yeah,
off-premise signs?
Off-premise signs.
Okay.
And then number 7. See how you have
Advertising signs?
Yep. So there's A, B, and C subsections underneath that. They all say the same thing.
Oh my God.
So in the old version, in the old document, there is an A, B, and C that say 3 different things that are all, I think they should be there. I think this just didn't get copied over.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay.
Okay. Community service institutional district signs, which is labeled as 28.06. There's no definition for that. Just another note. 28.07 recreational district signs is not in the definition section either.
Bailey, here you're missing the word district in there. This is any sign in a community service district is what this refers to. It doesn't need a definition.
Okay.
It's
all right.
any sign in that district, any sign in a recreational district.
I'm good with it, Rich. And
Okay.
I wasn't saying it was a lack of understanding. I was just going through, and everything else that ended in sign has a definition. That's why I said it. So
Okay.
I'm fine either way. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
So actually that went quicker than I thought. So that's all I had.
Okay. So let me tell you guys, it is as much as I would love to get this signs section put to bed. I'm gonna say I don't want to send this out and subject it to public scrutiny, with especially the numbering system being so screwed up and it's really bad. I'm not sure why I didn't pick up on that, but I didn't. So maybe we should just continue discussion on this item. Allow me to make some corrections and send them out prior to the next meeting, and we'll continue discussion based on what we see in the way of changes before the next meeting.
I'll so move.
I'm not done yet.
Daryl. Oh,
sorry, Daryl.
sorry. Jumping
Okay.
the gun on you. Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. Richard,
Yeah.
since I was in Florida last month, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
On the signs allowed without obtaining a permit. Garage sale signs. Sign facing shall not exceed 10 square feet. Is that too big or is that good and okay? And that's a pretty large sign.
Well,
no, it's 5 by 2. Yeah, 5 foot by 2 foot. I'm saying.
Well, 5 foot by 2 foot. I mean, depending on the size of a yard.
Yeah, it would be too bad. Okay.
That's not too outlandish. And
okay.
I would rather let somebody have a little bit larger sign in their yard if it's in their yard when they're having a garage sale than to have them going around plaster their signs on trees, telephone poles, or sticking them in the ground. Signs that all they are is clutter. You can't even read them if you're in a vehicle driving by and they're sitting out in the road right away. You still can't read them,
I agree. Okay, Richard, thanks.
Okay.
Let's see. Go under open house signs. Non-illuminated. Okay, no. I take it back. we have under employment signs, number 4, D as in dog. Any portion of the sign is no closer to any road right away than 3 feet. I'd rather make that a little longer, maybe at least 5 from the right of way instead of 3.
Okay, where?
Okay, let's go 2807. B as in boy, number 4, E. I mean, number 4D. 4D is in dog. I'm sorry. 4D is in dog.
Okay.
I have it. We have here, you have it no closer than 3 feet. I'd like to make it either 5 to 10 feet. I'd rather not make it any closer than right away. That's okay. That'd be possible.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
How does everybody else see that? Any comments, John, Daryl, Amy, Bailey?
Do we have any requirements in here on any of these other signs? I don't see any for distance from the road. I just think if we change one, we should just make them all consistent.
No, because
I mean,
the employment signs are a much smaller sign. We do have distance requirements from the right of way for monument signs, for freestanding signs, for pole signs. We do have requirements for those.
Yeah, I was thinking similar ones like garage sale
but
signs.
the employment signs, the problem is people are trying to get those up closer to the sidewalk, so that not only traffic but pedestrians can really see the sign, stop and take a look at it without having to walk through flower beds or anything, to get up close to see it.
Okay, I
and a lot of these things, especially on Menor Avenue, when we widened that road, our business community took a big hit because everybody lost some of their front setback. And some of their signage, they can't get close enough to the road. So the smaller signs, I kind of figured we could be a little bit more lenient with the small signs,
Okay. Okay, if the rest of the commission members are okay with the 3 feet that he has proposed, Richard has proposed, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to hold the thing back for one little item.
Yeah, I was just asking, for a head check with everybody else, because if everybody would feel like moving it back 2 more feet to 5 feet would be a good thing, let's make that change now. We can always wait to make that till after we see what the Planning Commission recommends, if and when we ever get this to the Planning Commission for a recommendation.
We will eventually.
Okay.
It seems to me like the 3 feet would probably be sufficient. I noticed that a lot of the political signs right now, which we stay away from too much of the legislation on that, but a lot of those are much closer than that. I still think the 3 is probably good enough.
Okay. If I was with John, that's fine. Hey, Richard, one more item.
Okay.
Electronic message boards.
Okay.
Most of these. Okay, now, are these for road projects, or are these electronic message boards for a non-roadway project?
What do you mean?
I mean, the regulations for what we're proposing here in the signing for electronic message boards. Is it for, because, roadway projects sometimes have electronic message boards.
Okay. These are
for non-roadway projects, correct?
These are for only for signs that we regulate. We don't regulate roadway project signage.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, these would either be what we consider on-premises signs or off-premises signs. If somebody wants to put an electronic message board to incorporate an electronic message board in their signage.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Daryl, that was all my questions I had. So I'll entertain a motion to continue.
Yeah, I'll make it.
This case. Okay, I have a motion from Daryl to continue the case. I need a second.
I'll second.
Amy, you second that, Amy?
Yes.
Okay. I have a motion by Daryl and second by Amy to continue case 20ZC07. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Okay, Amy,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Now that we're done with that, we're done with all the cases under old business. Let's go to new business. Let's go back to new business, and I'll entertain a motion. Okay. What? Since we continued case 07, I don't think that's gonna affect case 09. So I'll entertain a motion to either continue the case or send it to public hearing. I reopened the new business, case 09, and since we're all done with old business, I opened it back up, and if we have any objections, entertain a motion to either continue case 09, or send it to public hearing.
That's the one that we talked about first that we were sort of finished up with, wasn't it?
Yep, that's the one. Yeah.
I think that one we were ready to move forward.
Yep.
I'll make a motion that we're making a motion to close that, correct?
No.
No, go to the public hearing.
Go to the public hearing, okay. I'll make a motion that we go to public hearing on 20ZC09, is that correct?
Yes. Okay, I have a motion to go public hearing on case 09. Do I have a second? Daryl, thank you. Okay, any discussion or motion to go to public hearing? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Okay, John,
Yes.
Daryl,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Chairman.
Yes. Okay, so that public hearing will be in November meeting for case ZC09. Okay. Under the agenda item number 9, addressing the disposition of any closed public hearings. We had a public hearing on proposed text amendment, case 20ZC05. We closed it. We came out of the public hearing with a couple of amendments. And so now we have to make we have 30 days to make a decision to move it to the trustees for their consideration with the amendments we talked about tonight.
I'll move that we approve it with amendments and send it to trustees for their consideration.
You know,
okay.
Since this case, let's think about this for a minute. We have 30 days to actually take a vote. Our next meeting is less than 30 days from now. If we hold making a decision on a recommendation on this case, it will move through the system together with the other case that involves the same 2 sections.
I'll withdraw the motion.
There might be merit to that because then then we won't have to make 2 changes within a month of each other to our zoning text amendments. You know what I mean?
So Richard, what you're saying is that if we have case 09, case 06, and case 08 going to public hearing in November 9th, correct?
Correct.
And that will be 2 days prior to the 30 days we have to make a decision.
Correct.
And So okay, then an agenda for so technically, this case would be under a disposition of any closed public hearings. Is that correct?
Yes.
For next meeting.
Correct.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
we would, someone would make a motion tonight to table the roll call vote on how to dispense with this case until the next meeting. Sound right, Jason?
No. We have 30, Jason, we have 30 days to make a decision, correct?
Correct.
So we don't have to do anything, do we?
I mean, should probably make, I don't think you need a motion. Just as long as it's on the record that the commission's going to address the dispensation of 20 ZC05 at the next meeting on November 9th.
Okay.
But because you have 30 days, there's no motion that needs to be made. Nothing needs to be suspended. You guys are just kind of holding off until the next meeting.
Okay, so what we'll do, folks, is we'll hold off on sending this to the trustees, and based upon what was happened in our November 9th meeting with these other three cases we sent to public hearing.
Okay.
Would that be suffice, Jason, what I just did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, number 10, items being held for public hearing. I don't think we have anything there, do we? No?
I have a point of order.
Go ahead.
Item 20 ZZ6 and 20 ZC8. Where do we stand on those? Those going to public hearing? Because I don't remember making a motion.
Yeah, we made a motion on that at the
Both of them?
Both of them, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Daryl, you seconded.
Well, I remember
20.
the first one, and I thought it only covered the 06.
Yeah, you covered 06, and then Bailey and Amy made a motion on the public hearing for 08.
Okay, no problem. I missed that one somehow.
Don't worry, that's fine.
That's just why I wanted to ask.
That's okay. I wrote down the notes. I wanted to make darn sure I didn't make a mistake. Okay, so I got that. Where I'm at right now is zoning inspector's report number 11 on the agenda.
You know what, guys? From my perspective, I don't have anything to add tonight.
Harley, I'm sorry.
I think I would like to make a comment though. I'm looking at the clock, and we've only been in session for an hour and 5 minutes, and you know what? We get an awful lot done. I think this is great.
Mm-hmm.
So do I. Thank you. I agree 100%, Richard. Harley, you have anything for us?
No, I don't.
Okay. Any other business to come before the commission? Hearing none. Entertain a motion for adjournment. The next meeting is Monday, November 9th.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Amy made the motion to adjourn. I need a second.
Second.
No,
John.
second. Okay. John made a second. Okay. Motion. Motion by acclamation. Okay, the meeting is closed at Rachel 7:35.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you the trucks are all leaving from here. I looked outside, there are 9 fire trucks or ambulances and various.
Wow.
But I live in an area where Concord normally responds first, and then the township gets there a little bit later. So there was from on Tuckmere Drive from 84 all the way down around the corner looked like
Wow.
Christmas lights, but I didn't see any flames or anything. It seemed to be across the street and my house there. So
Good. Okay. Well, Amy did a great job of starting the meeting at 6:30.
Oh, thank you, Ted. I'm glad you joined us quickly.
It was a very fast first half. It was a little bit. It was good. And plus the fact I only live 5 minutes away from the game site. That's good. So I got lucky. Okay, folks. Meeting is adjourned, and we'll see you in lessons on November 9th. Have a great evening.
Everybody stay well.
Stay well, folks.
Yep.
You
All right.
too.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
All right.